Hello everyone, and welcome to Live 1000 Years. I'm your host and the author of the book, Brent Jordan. Today we're going to be reading from chapter 6, Where Are We Going? The article is entitled, Scientific Evidence of Existence After Death, beginning on page 254. So, let's get started. Today, there's a deep-seated confusion about what death really is, when it occurs, and who says so. This confusion has only intensified during the past decade, especially in hospitals and courtrooms across America. Back in 1968, the Harvard Medical School Committee developed a new definition of death. Prior to this definition, an individual could be declared dead if he or she had no respiration or heartbeat. According to the new definition of death, an individual can be declared dead only if he or she has suffered irreversible cessation of the functions of the entire brain, including the brain stem, for a period of 24 hours. There are a number of tests to determine this fact. No spontaneous muscular movement or respiration, no reflexes of any kind, and a flat electroencephalogram indicating the cessation of electrical activity in the brain. In summary, most courts in America generally define death as irreversible cessation of circulatory and respiratory functions and all functions of the entire brain, including the brain stem. Accordingly, you would think when your body temperature is at 50 degrees Fahrenheit and you're not breathing and you have no heartbeat and thus no blood flowing through your veins or arteries and no brain waves whatsoever, everyone agrees you're dead. Yet doctors have still proven they can bring you back to life again. Well, at least if you're an animal, it's called suspended animation. This medical procedure was first tested by Dr. Hassan Alam, MD, and his colleagues in 2002 at the University of Michigan Hospital. First, this doctor sedated a group of Yorkshire pigs weighing in at 100 to 125 pounds. Next, they induce a massive hemorrhage to mimic the effects of a deadly gunshot wound. Then they drain the pig's blood and replace the blood with cold potassium solution. The body temperature of the pigs cooled swiftly to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. At this point, the pigs had no respiration and no heartbeat. Next, the doctors treated the pig's injuries. Finally, the doctors drained the potassium solution and restored the pig's blood again. When the blood warmed, the pig's body temperature rose to about 90 degrees, and 7 out of 9 pigs' hearts began beating again. And the pigs came back to life. All 7 survived. All but one pig survived after that. In a second run, the doctors replaced the pig's blood with a saline solution. All the pigs, once again, except for one, survived. With both runs, the pigs who survived were neurologically intact, were perfectly normal, and their capacity to learn new skills was no different for the pigs that had not undergone the suspended animation procedure. Surgeons at UPMC Presbyterian Hospital in Pittsburgh will soon be testing suspended animation on human beings. We are suspending life, but we don't like to call it suspended animation because it sounds like science fiction, said Dr. Samuel Tishman, MD, the lead surgeon in the trial. So we call it emergency preservation and resuscitation. This clinical testing has been approved by the Federal Food and Drug Administration. For the initial 10 human experiments, UPMC Presbyterian surgeons will need to identify the right patients. According to Dr. Tishman, the perfect human patient profile will be people who have gone into cardiac arrest during a gunshot wound or some similar injury, and who have not responded to attempts to restart their heart. Like the pigs, surgeons will pump a saline solution into the patient's heart, brain, and entire body. Surgeons will then operate on the person who is now considered clinically dead. No breathing, no heartbeat, no blood, and no brain activity whatsoever. Dr. Tishman said his surgical team will have about 2 hours to repair the patient's injury and replace the saline solution with blood, just like the pigs. The heart should restart by itself. If not, a patient will receive a complimentary jumpstart with a heart defibrillation. What a brave new world we live in today. Mary Shelley, the author of the 1818 book Frankenstein, must be rolling over in her grave. Maybe someday, in the not too distant future, scientists will even bring back Mary Shelley from the dead.